Hi, it's Sean, the Fluency Awesomeizer. Here's another video. I want to take a few minutes and help you decode big words and give you some spelling tips to remember up here. All right, we're going to look at two words today. So let's get ready. I'm going to get out of the way. This is a pretty long word that we're going to start with. I want you to read this word right out loud. Give yourself plenty of time by hitting pause if you need to. But read this word right out loud to whoever is there with you. What is this word? All right, what do you think this word is? Boy, these two, they look like the same word, don't they? The top word is uninformed. The bottom word is uniformed. Let's take a few minutes and compare these two. I want to show you how you might get them confused. All right, they're almost the same word. Start with you and I, not you and me, but you and I. Yeah, you may have said uniformed up top. All right, it does look like uniformed. It's got the ed at the end, right? So we're going to look at the uniform part. All right, here's an illustration to show you how you might have confused the top word with uniform and said uniformed. All right, does look like uniform, but there's a big difference. There's a second N up top. Not only that, the word in, in is in the top word for an extra syllable, in. And I can tell you it's very easy, especially with a really long word like uninformed. It's easy for young readers to drop an N out of a word, to omit an N. So if you looked at the top word and you said uniformed, you dropped an N, you omitted an N. Take a good look at it here. It's very common. It's easy to do. So the top word is uninform, and it has an ed ending. And it's pronounced uninformed. That ed ending can have three different sounds. And this time, uninformed, it actually adds to the syllable form. It becomes like one word, formed. Right? Something to keep in mind when you spell. Down below, it's uniform with an ed ending. And again, that ed ending just makes a D sound. So I'm going to color it like this so you can see three syllables, uniformed. Up top, three syllables, uninformed. Down below, uniformed. Let's take a look at the root words, especially that funny U sound. All right, the root of both of these words is form. All right, so we're going to start with uninformed. Uninformed comes from a Latin word, in the ancient language Latin. We use it in America's motto, e pluribus unum. And forma is a Latin word that means form, as you can imagine. In forma is Latin for, well, in means into, and it's from Latin. And so informa in Latin means form into, to form into. And it makes me think of Play-Doh. Take Play-Doh and you form it into probably snakes, right? Am I right? So we have the word inform in English. We got it from Latin. And now it means to educate or instruct. And you can almost imagine to form, it's almost like a teacher will form students' minds into, the wiser people. Fill your brain with information. So that's what the root of inform. And when you put an ed ending on inform, which is a verb, you have the past tense verb informed. It's also an adjective. It's a describing word that means to have or show knowledge. So if you're informed, you have knowledge. You can show knowledge. You're smart. If you put the prefix un in front, that turns it into the complete opposite. If you are uninformed, or if someone is uninformed, that means not having or showing knowledge. All right, uninformed. All right, there are a lot of things you might be uninformed about. I will admit right out loud, I'm uninformed about lots of things too. All right, so that's where the word uninformed comes from. But I have a feeling you confused it with uniformed, or even thought, maybe if you didn't read it, You may have thought uniformed. So let's look at the root of that. It's also the Latin word forma, all right? Meaning from. And then here's what's probably the most unique thing about this word is that prefix uni. It's not un, it's uni. It's Latin and it means one. So uniforma in Latin means one form. So in English, that's what uniform means. It has a few meanings, but we're familiar with uniform. People wear uniforms, right? And people wear uniforms because they have the same form. All right, I'm looking at this picture and I'm thinking about doctors. They look the same in their uniform. They all have the same form. I'm thinking about chefs. They look the same. They have the same form. All right, construction worker with the helmet. In sports, obviously sports, they all look the same. All right, you have to look the same as your team. That's where the word uniform comes from. And these people are all uniformed. So it's a adjective here, describes the fact that they are uniformed. All right. There are other words I want to look at real quick that start with the prefix uni, like unity. United States, oh yeah. Unicorn. Universe, right? The universe out there in outer space, it's only one universe, not multiverse, where people are talking about multiverse now, like Spider-Man and things. Multiverse is more than one. Universe is one. And unison, if you're all at school or now on Zoom meetings, everyone's talking at the same time, you're all talking in unison. You are talking as one whole group, all right? Probably driving teachers crazy out there, am I right? Now, we're gonna put these words aside and then we're gonna wrap up here. I want you to hit pause and read these sentences for some extra practice. Hit pause and read this out loud. All right, that's it for today. Subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can find videos like this. I post them every weekday for readers in 2nd through 6th grade to help them decode words and give you some spelling tips too. And mom or dad can follow me on Facebook at the Fluency Awesomeizer. In my photos I have posted over 200 fluency exercises just like this one. Hope you enjoyed the video. Come back and see me at the Fluency Awesomeizer soon, all right? Bye.